I'll be taking over.
What's going on? It's Joseph Robinson here. What is happening today in the neighborhood? It is Mr. Robinson's neighborhood today.
How y'all doing out there today? It is December 21st,
3:55 p.m. Central Standard Time. Let me turn this mic up a little bit. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. Let me get ready and play some music while I'm getting ready. Give me a second. All right. All right, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me clearly. Put a 2 in the chat if you cannot. We are live. Give me a second. I think you can hear me. All right, I just heard myself. Good. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to some of you across the world. How are you today? Hopefully you're doing well. I'll give you some time to come on into the room. Come on into the room. I see the dog pound in the house. What is going on? The dog pound is here. DAWG. Appreciate y'all for reaching out, tuning in. See a lot of folks from the Saitama community, STC coin back in the day, Shiba, the Bonk community. Look at that. Look at that. What's going on, Dr. Rob? He said, dog pound holding on, bro. Yeah, we holding on. We holding on. We are holding on. Sometimes you got to just hold steady because you don't know what's over that hill. You don't know what's going on the other side of that hill. It's at a 90-degree angle and you're trying to figure out what's going on the other side. Sometimes you got to climb that hill to get to the other side to see. And rest assured, on the other side, it could be great thing, green pastures, or it could be lots of sand on the other side, but you climb that mountain. All right, today we're going to talk about a little bit of a token, a blue chip that has been hitting newer highs pretty much this week. Let me go ahead and share this here. Excuse me, so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, that's my music tab. All right, here we go. All right, so the first project token I want to talk about, or coin, I keep saying token, this is a coin, is Solana. Solana. Sol has been doing extremely well these past few months. Let's look at the year. So if we look back here, back in this year of January, it was at $13, $11, $12, $13. Actually, $9. I'm sorry. That was in 2022. Well, let's start the 1 year up. So January 2nd, Sol was looking at $11.27, right around that range. Somebody told me about it. I had a lot of individuals that were telling me about, hey man, you better get in that Sol, dog. You better get into that Sol, dog. DAWG in the house. You better get into that Sol. Man, I'm stuck with you. I'm an Ethereum maxi. Ethereum maxi. Let's see where Ethereum was trading at that time period. Hold on. I'm going to go compare where Ethereum was at and how much I was paying for Ethereum, a year out. So back in January of this year, Ethereum was $1,200, $1,214 versus Sol at what do we say? $12, between $9 and $12. You know how much more Sol could have gotten? Anyway, that's water under the bridge. That's water under the bridge, right? That's water under the bridge. I believe the reason why Solana is pumping the way that it is, there's a lot of movement over on the Sol side of Sol ecosystem. A lot of projects have been launched on the Sol ecosystem that pretty much have been doing extremely well. Lots of money has been popping into these assets, and let me show you one of them. Let's reload there. Let me show you one of them that did really well on the Sol ecosystem, and this one is called DAWG. I heard about it when it came out, and I just thought, well, this is just another one of those freaking tokens that you could potentially make some money. You can lose your money. I didn't jump in the boat. I did not. I missed that train. But if you look back here, back in January, when these guys first came out, it had, what's that, 2, 4, 6, 7 zeros at its all-time high from year to year till December 15th. It dropped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It dropped about 3 zeros. And it just recently gained one back, but it dropped 3 zeros, so 403 of a penny. That is a lot of money in between from January all the way up until that time. So if you accumulated some bonk from January this year all the way up until the all-time high, which each level from November reached an all-time high. November 11th, November 16th, November 19th, 22nd, took a small dip. December the 5th, trading value is about 95 million, 169 million. December the 8th, took a slight dip. Higher low was December the 11th, 138 million. And then that sucker took off $1.15 billion in volume in a 24-hour period. Now, if my math serves me correct, let me just do some calculations really quick. Hold on, just bear with me while I do some calculations here. If my math serves me correctly, let me see. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'll do some quick math. Let me see how much you would have made.
I'll be taking over.
All right. So if you would have jumped in Solana or Bonk under about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros, and you sold at which would have cost you, I think, looks like about $20. So that would have given you a couple billion. I'll just put 2 billion on there. Hold on. Yeah, so $400 for 2 billion, right? And at the all-time high, okay, so if you would pay $400 for 2 billion back in January at the all-time high, if you caught it correctly, you caught it right at the top, you could have made $60,000. Okay. That's if you caught it at the top. So again, if you would have purchased it back in January, any time between January, even between January and let's see, October, November timeframe, somewhere around there. If you would have gotten 2 billion, 3 billion, what have you, you would have been looking at anywhere between 60 to 70, $80,000 if you caught it right at the high. Even leading on up to when it did a higher low at December the 13th, and then just kind of pushed past the levels of resistance, you would have made between 60 to $80,000. Now, listen, unless you are searching and you're looking for these projects on these different chains, like I wasn't even keen to investing on Solana at all. I was like, yeah, no, that's not something I want to do right now. But the opportunity presented itself. So these other chains that are out there, Solana, you got AVAX, you got Cardano. People are starting to make their way over to these other ecosystems, and they're making extreme amount of money. Now, again, this is risky. This is like going to the casino, pulling out $1,000 and expecting to be able to 5, 10, 20x your money. Most likely is not going to happen unless you are just a degenerate gambler, right? Like you just love to go gambling. You can play some blackjack, you can play some rummy, you can play some Texas Hold'em, you can play some craps, like where you know what to do. And even the experienced individuals lose money. They're losing a lot of money, but you get better as time goes on, right? So, the Solana ecosystem it's growing. It's growing. More and more popular individuals are starting to take heed to what is happening over there on Solana. But right now, Solana hit an all-time high today of not all-time high. I'm sorry, hit for this year. Let me make sure I'm correct. 23. Let's go 1 year. Yeah. So 90, 95, some areas or some the exchanges is showing $95. I think Coinbase is showing $95 in terms of an all-time high for this year. So if you would have caught that ride, you would have been sitting, pretty penny. Solana has surpassed XRP's market cap. XRP's market cap is sitting right at 33 billion. Sol is at 33.34 billion, sitting at 77 or 90, $92, right? So at $77, it was at XRP's current market cap. So market cap sitting right now is 39 billion. Let me go see what XRP market cap is sitting at right now, which market cap is, or XRP is sitting at the number 6 spot in terms of overall cryptocurrencies. and they're sitting right at 33 billion in terms of their overall market cap. So the total market cap of cryptocurrency is circulating supply. It's a circulating supply, and the circulating supply, or the max supply, is a max supply that XRP or any project or any token has in its hands at any current time. So the market cap is $33 billion. Circulating supply is $54 billion. So in order for XRP to hit $1, their market cap would have to be at 54 billion and some change in order for it to hit $1 and then some. Will it be able to maintain after that? Who knows? So right now we're sitting at almost a little over half of the market cap in accordance to the supply. So if XRP wants to hit that $1, we have to see a market cap of $54 billion. But again, I'm not going to take away from what XRP is doing. They're doing great. We'll see what happens. But Solana is doing very well. So I'm hoping that you all are looking into Solana. Again, it's not financial advice. And this is the high for the year. So, and the last 30 days, it went from $50 to $90, $92, $95 in the last 30 days. 7 days, it was just at $75. And for the high of today, from 80 to 94. What could it do tomorrow? I'm betting we see 98 to 100. I'm betting we see 98 to $100. Put your predictions in the chat, and we'll see who's right. But I'm betting that we can, if it keeps pumping this direction, I'm betting that we see 95 consistency to $100 with Solana. Like I said before, if you want to sit on the sidelines and watch, you can definitely do that. Paper trade. You don't always have to jump in a trade. Paper trade and see what happens. So if I would have purchased 2 Solana back here, what do I think is going to be in 5 to 6 months from now? Well, paper trade. Write it down. Write your entry point. How many you got? Wait 6 months. Wait 3 months, 6 months, a year. Come back to it and say, okay, if I would have entered in here at $25 or $12, now next year, or end of the year, you're at $100. Like, man, I should have entered into that trade. You didn't know. You don't know. Who knew that Solana was going to push past Alexa, turn the lights on.
Okay.
I'm having to do this every time. Alexa, keep the lights on for an hour. Alexa, keep my lights on for an hour.
Okay. I'll turn on the office for 1 hour.
Sorry, folks. Anyway, I should have taken a break. Anyway, so, we don't know where it's going to go in the next 6 months. We can only guess, but let's look at the history. From 95, from back in 2020, 57 cents. Imagine if we were talking about Solana back in 2020. I wasn't talking about Solana back in 2020. And you could rarely find any individuals in the crypto space talking about Solana back in 2020. Because if we were talking about Solana back in 2020 at 95 cents, best believe, if I would have heard about it, I would have jumped on it for sure at 95 cents per coin. And it went to its all-time high in November, just like a lot of other projects did. They went to their all-time high right around November 6th, November 2021, $258. That was $2 billion in that 24-hour volume at that point each day. I'm not sure what the average was, but it obviously pushed up. Okay. So, we just don't know. We just don't know. But you can look at the trend and say, okay, well, back, last year or year before last, where Solana was trending, where the trend line was, let's say back in August. Back in August of 2021, it was right at $74. And then it started to push up $96 August 28th. 3 days later, then it started to push up more, $100. So, and then there was on November or September 9th, the peak was $187, a new higher high. And then it pulled all the way back down to 124. Then it pushed up from there. So at each new level and each new high, people are going to take profit. You best believe that. So when you see a run up like this, somebody said I sold for $7 back in 2021. Let me put that up there. I sold for $7 back in 2021 and it shot up to $249. Congratulations. Did you sell? Did you sell? Hope you did. You meant to say shot up, not shit up. It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all about the wording, right? It's all about the wording. So he took profit. He says, yes, Yosef said, yes, he sure did. Good. That's what I love to hear is when individuals take profit. Even if you didn't wait for Solana to go all the way up to, from 95 cents up to, let's say $42 several months later. Most of you probably would have taken profit there. Nothing wrong with that. That's a 50x, almost a 60x from that time period. So depending on how much you put in, if you would have bought 100,000 Solana, if you had that kind of money, at $56, you do the math on that and how much you would have. So you'd be a millionaire right there, right? So, when it comes to buying projects, you definitely have to look at the market cap. You have to look at the type of volume that it's doing. You have to look at the trend, where it's been before and what the potential is in the future, right? And I love the penny plays. I love the penny plays. Speaking of penny play, like I said with Bonk, lots of people made money on Bonk back in January. That was definitely a penny play. And sold off back in December or December 15th. We're still in December, but sold off. That was the Coinbase, crypto.com, and Binance listings. Once it got listed, it anticipated that news. So they started buying in. Once it listed, guess what it did? It took a nosedive back down to a little under $1 billion market cap. It drove up to $2 billion market cap. That's a lot of money. Like I said, you would have made $60,000 off of $400 if you timed it right. But who knew? Who knew? Waiting for a year for that to happen, or someone who got in October and they only waited 2 months. Most people don't have the patience to wait because you know what the market has done to us? It is cryptocurrency market with all the scams and everything that's out there. People do not want to hold their money in these projects. They do not want to hold money in these projects. Why? Because before this little spike, this little mini bull run that we were having, there's still scams out there. But these scams were coming out left and right. And they were only pumping to maybe 100,000, 150, 200,000, $1 million market cap. And then boom, they were falling off. They couldn't last. Why? It wasn't sustainable. Why? They were scamming people. And even the projects that were legitimate, which, that's about 1% to 2%, they were pumping, but you couldn't get people to invest in them or stay invested. Why? Because of the fact that they may have thought it was a scam. Regardless how much you trusted somebody in this space, you can trust someone and then they can take off on you. They can leave you high and dry. And next thing you know, your money's gone, right? But it's stories like these, it's projects like this with Bonk that really came out with no utility. Now they have a utility all of a sudden that you're like, well, man, That makes a believer out of me. Now, maybe I will hold next time. Word to the wise, not financial advice. But if you're putting a lot of money in these projects, you need to make sure that you at least get your original capital back if they pump. You put $10 in, you put $20 in, whatever your risk tolerance is, you make sure you get your money back. So if it hits 10, you put $10 in and it hits 50, you're going to pay a little bit of a gas fee. So, 10 to 15% above that, because you're going to pay some gas, some taxes on some of these projects. So, but make sure you're able to get your original investment plus how much it costs you in terms of the gas and the taxes coming in and coming out, that you're breaking even and you're a little bit above that. But then you let the rest ride. If it happens to take off like Bonk did, although again, no one knew this, but if it happens to have billions and billions or millions and millions and millions of dollars of volume and it pumps up to 1,000% of a penny, whatever the case, right? Hey, then, you just got lucky. A lot of people got lucky. They may not have been the brightest people on the earth. They may not have had a lot of money. They may not know anything about brightest people in terms of how to trade. So, they may not have been keen to trading. All they know is let me put my money in and let me see what happens. It's a gamble. Let me throw this $20 on the crap table and see what happens. If it lands on a 7, I'm out, or 11, 3, 7, 11, whatever. So these are gamble plays. I'm going to let you know right now. Most of these are gamble plays. And then after they get all that money into their ecosystem, guess what? Then they come out and say, oh, hey, community, we have utility. Now we have a purpose. Sound like a preacher. We have purpose in there. We got purpose. Now you got purpose. All right, take a little break, and then we'll go on to some even more bullish news. Stand by. What's up? All right, we're back. Appreciate you giving me a little bit of time to water my beak a little bit. All right, so y'all still hanging in there with me? Still doing all right? Get this mic out of my face. You stop moving it so much. Excuse me. Another question. Do you all think, and I just deleted that one, do you all think that Solana can flip Ethereum? Oh, Yosef, you haven't seen me since my second bull cycle. I haven't seen you since 2021. I've been around. I haven't been on YouTube as much, but I've been around. Nice to hear from you as well, brother. Okay, so do you think Solana can flip Ethereum? What I mean by flip is in terms of market cap and price. I'll let you put your thoughts in the comments there. What do you think? So Ethereum has a supply of 120 ETH. I mean 20 million ETH, sorry. 186,944 ETH, and sitting at a price of $2,248. 24-hour volume has been right at $12 billion. Market cap is sitting at $270 billion. Let's look at Sol. What would Sol have to do? So Sol has a circulating supply of 427 million Sol. Total supply is 565 million. So they can kind of dump on a chart a little bit because there's more out there. Almost 100,000 more. So 427 circulating supplies, 427 million. What would Sol have to do in order for them to flip Ethereum? So like I said, Ethereum has 120 million in circulating supply. So Sol has what, 3 times that amount, 4 times that amount in terms of circulating supply. Let's do the math. Some of you wizards can probably do it in your head, but I'm gonna need this calculator. I was a kid in school who was counting my fingers doing this, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, cheating. That was considered cheating, so I couldn't do that. So that's 445 and some change million more in supply. So that's the circulating supply is going to need to be eaten up a little bit more in order for Solana to reach that market cap. You got a long ways to go. But is it possible? If you long here for Solana, if you long here right at $93, you buy in at 93, 92, whatever your average is going to be, if you decided to get in, could it reach that? It's going to take it would take some time. But once Solana becomes a little bit more popular, I believe, and you know, in terms of market capitalization, both of them have their strengths and their weaknesses. A lot of people were on the Ethereum ecosystem; they love it, but because of the rugs, the scams, people are starting to move over, and we know that Solana is known for, you know, high transaction fees in terms of speed, lower fees, higher speed, so it's faster, which I believe makes it a little bit more attractive to investors. And it's just this last week, you know, we've seen almost a 26% increase in price. And Ethereum on the flip side has seen just roughly about a 3.5% decrease. So it's speculative right now whether or not if it can happen. It's not impossible, but the task is very challenging for Solana. I think, you know, in terms of technology advancements and things of that nature, Solana is going to have to do a little bit more. But with people moving on over to these other chains, it's possible. But we all know who the big daddy is. Bitcoin. All right, on to other news. Boom. cryptocurrency trader turns $454 into $2.19 million trading on Avalanche. Told you there's another one out there. There's Avalanche. Let's go over to that coin, that ecosystem. Let me show you real quick. So Avalanche is trading right at $45.82. 365 million in terms of circulating supply. Max supply is 720 million. Market cap sitting at right now is at 16 billion, million, thousand, 16 billion. Fully diluted market cap, which includes the supply, because of the supply, 32 billion. The 24-hour volume for this project this token sitting at 9 coins, sitting at number 7, ranked at number 7, is just over close to $2 billion. So this person who turned $454 into $2.19 million, do you know how he did it? He bought another meme token, which is called Cocky New. I am not crapping you. Has 31,000 holders. This project is called Cocky New. Here it is. Look for yourself right there. Right there on the left-hand side, Cocky New. That's how people are saying it. Cocky New, quack. They're saying it. That's how they're saying it. That's how they're saying it. So anyway, CE New. It has over the last, let's go, when did it come out? December the 11th. 69 trillion in supply. Trillion, billion, million, thousands, hundred. 69 trillion in supply. We all know what happens to those projects that have so much supply. It's going to be hard for them to get rid of that supply. They're going to have to figure out a way to burn that supply in their ecosystem. But people love penny plays. People love penny plays. Say it with me. People love penny plays. People love penny plays. People love penny plays. People love these hundreds of millions of a cent a penny plays. So I'm assuming that this guy got in somewhere in December, early December, and probably cashed out. He cashed out 20 days. Shoot, not even 20. 10 days. If he hit the top, he cashed a little bit out. Now, in terms of liquidity in this project, I don't think he was able to cash out everything. According to the blockchain analysis service, Look On Chain, the trader managed to make his 4,827x, meaning how many times his money he put in. Gains in just 2 weeks by trading the cryptocurrency after spending 17 AVAX tokens worth at the time $454 to buy 4.86 trillion in supply. So don't let the supply get you there. This is how you make your money with, the pennies on the dollar. But he would have had to put, if it was actual penny or dollar, he would have had to put 45,000, and that thing ran up 4,827%. He would have made such and such amount of dollars. So it's yes, penny plays are good, but you just have to put a bigger amount the higher the market cap is, and in terms of the lower the circulation is, you're going to have to put a little bit more money. But because this was a penny play, he was able to capitalize off of the volume. Again, don't know if he was able to cash out or not. I'll let you do that research on your own. But it says he spent $17.26, $454 about 4.86 trillion through 7 addresses, then sold 4.61 trillion for 32,251 AVAX, 1.26 million, and 259K went to USDCs. That tells you right there. He actually was able to cash out. Currently holding 250, 700K. The profit is $2.19 million. Big ups to him. So here's the deal. And getting in early is the kicker on these projects. Right? Again, they're a gamble, but getting in early is the kicker. Okay. And again, we don't know where these projects are going to go, but that's the deal. You have to get in. And now that people are able to trade on different platforms, different ecosystems, there's more money out there available, ready to be made. This is not financial advice. We can look beyond BNB. We can look beyond Ethereum. We can look over to, well, we have been for a while. I'm brand new, but we can look beyond, the mainstream. And now you can get into Avalanche. Now you can get into Solana. Now you can get into Cardano. Are there scams on those sides as well? Absolutely. People are going to make scam projects where you can lose your money, all of it, and then some. And some people may not want to come back to crypto ever again after that. But you have to be smart, be wise what you're going to do. So yes, that individual was able to capitalize on a million plus, okay, on a token called Cocky New. Ain't that some crap? Congratulations. All right, take a little break, and then I will come back and talk to you about the newest dog in town. Be back here in a second.
I'll be taking over.
Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at? Oof, 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 oof. Where my dogs at? What's up? We're back. Well, I didn't go anywhere. It's right here. And when I say I'm back, I'm just sitting right here in this chair. Yosef said, I don't really like Ethereum like that, but developers are not going to stop building on Ethereum, and OP and ARB is going to make ETH cheaper. He also said, I normally don't mess with memes, but I'm willing to throw a few dollars at one. Just want to catch a new one. You got to catch them when they're new. You have to. You got to get in. And once they've proven themselves, you get some more, maybe. Possibility. But once they run up to $100 million in market cap, you are best to, take that profit. Take that profit and leave a moon bag, because you don't want to lose all your money. All right. Won't lose all your money. All right. So moving on to other news, let's check in on my dogs. The The dog house. What a dog pound at. Go ahead and put your dog symbol, your hashtag dog into the chat. I want to see where you're at. Right now, dog is traded at hot number 7. Hot number 7 right now on Dex Tools. 2.82 million in liquidity, or sorry, in market cap. Supply is still the same at 953 million. Total 1 billion. 27,000 transactions. Holders, 2.79 holders, which dropped down a little bit. Liquidity is sitting at $232,000. That's what enables you to trade. Low liquidity, you can't trade, you can't get any money out. Higher the liquidity is, the better off you're able to transact and get your money out. So where the dog's at today, go ahead and check in. I've been seeing an exuberant amount of buys on the chart, which is good. It's holding steady at 0.003. It is good. The market sentiment for DAWG, I believe, is starting to build back up again. Of course, it died down a little bit. It stopped trending as much as people stopped talking about DAWG as much. But that's okay. Build it back up. Get into the community if you like to. I have 2 bags that I'm holding on to, 2 buys. And I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. So who knows what DAWG can do? See, people who are watching me from Facebook, Instagram, of course, Twitter, other places, some of you may not even be involved in communities on Twitter or on Instagram or Facebook chats and all that kind of stuff. You may not know. You may not know what's happening. Let me see if I can find, I think there's a DAWG Facebook page. Let me see. But you may not know what's happening with the project and why it's either pumping or why it is failing to be successful to some degree. You may not know unless you're around listening to the chat, right? Listening to some of the chatter. Let me see if I can find. All right. So there is a DAWG community on Facebook. Not too many people. Well, 3,000 people know. That's good. That's good. The DAWG community here on Facebook, you can request to join if you like, to stay abreast to information that's out there, what's going on with DAWG. Right now, like I said, over 3,000 members here. I'm one of them. Okay. So you can kind of watch and see what's happening with this project. Again, just because you're part of these community doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to make a lot of money. You can be a part of any kind of community and not make a lot of money at all, or you can, but this is in no way saying if I join a community, I'm going to make a lot of money. These communities are just giving you out information, what's happening with the project. So there's a DAWG community page on Facebook if you want to be involved, if you want to listen, if you want to do research, you can definitely do that. That's on Facebook, DAWG. All right. I've been watching this chart. We're sitting at 0.002 of a penny. Like I said the other night, I was looking at the chart and there was a little bit of manipulation going on. People pumping it up, throwing in $5,000, $10,000 and then pulling back out. Right after that, there are bots in there too. So you got to watch that. Meaning if you go in with a large amount, you better make sure that your slippage is close to percentage of a percentage as possible. So that way you don't lose a lot of that money going in. Because if that bot snipes it up, you might not get the full amount that you're putting in for. But that can happen on any project. So anyway, like I said, the community sentiment is doing okay. I think as more people continue to have spaces, talk about what DAWG is doing out there in the community. I think they're building a merch line right now. Heard something about some NFTs. So the community is relatively strong. It just needs a little bit more positivity. And because there's no longer a developer part of that project anymore, that guy left, it's up to the community now to take DAWG to the next level. So, I mean, I've seen projects turn around, and I think DAWG is one of them to turn around as long as it has great community members. So I haven't sold any, and I don't know when I'm going to sell any, but I definitely need to be in profit in order to do that. So, but I tend to hold on to my projects a little bit longer than the average person. So I usually come out on the back end saying, well, I didn't make a lot of money, but I held for the community. I held on and I held strong. So that way everybody else can get their money out while I'm holding. That's few far in between, but there are other projects where I have been able to capitalize on me being able to take profit, but leave a moon bag. So it depends on the community sentiment. If there's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars pouring into a project where people are able to take, the type of profit that they want to take, that's better for the community because, the smaller the project, the less money is going in. It's going to be hard for big bag holders, or for those who don't understand that, big shareholders. It's not a share, but your share of the pie, the amount of supply that you have. It's going to be a lot harder for those individuals to take profit. And if you want to take a larger amount profit, it's going to be hard to do that just because of the fact there's not a lot of volume going in. So with this community, with the DAWG community, I think people just need to be patient, see what happens, continue to be involved in the community, and just hang in there. You just never know. Who knew that, this project here called Cocky New would do something. The meme coin of the Chad chain. Get some Cocky New. Trader Joe, you can buy it on KuCoin, HTX. Look at that. Buy now. Just a simple webpage telling you where to buy. There's nothing else in terms of what this project is going to be doing. It's just a meme coin. Okay. That's all these projects are. Most of them are meme coins. And then after they've blown up, then they decide they want to come out with utility. See the webpage? Look, nothing. The meme coin of the Chad chain, Avalanche. So, it gives you links to Twitter, their Telegram, but, there's nothing else there. So in terms of explaining exactly what Cocky New is outside of a meme coin. And people buy the hype. People will purchase based off of the hype of the project and the community sentiment. And I believe that's why DAWG is where it is right now, is because of community. Community is hanging in there. I've seen less and less arguments in spaces about things in this project. And, when you have people who want to hold on and hang in there for a project, you can see those projects turn around. You really can. So I'm hoping the best for DAWG. All right. Appreciate you all hanging in there with me. Next up, let's talk about what the SEC is doing to make crypto history. I'll be right back.
take it over.
All right, all right. Again, I'm gonna say I'm back, but I never left. Appreciate you all hanging in there. Appreciate it. We're almost done. I'm almost close to that midnight hour. Boy, what you doing out there burning all that midnight oil coming in so late up in here? What that's what my grandmother said. Why what are you doing out there so late out there? Honey, you okay? You need something to eat? I used to come home late. That was back in my heathen days when I was a heathen. Okay, let's see here. So the SEC could make crypto history in new year with first spot Bitcoin ETF. Let me go ahead and share that with you so you could see that there. So with the spot BTC ETF is an exchange traded, pretty much an exchange traded fund, which will allow us, right, us as the investors to trade or gain exposure to trading without actually owning any type of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. It's almost, what do you want to call that? It's like a financial instrument, okay? And it's going to track. What it'll do is it'll track the Bitcoin in real time. So it's going to make it a lot easier for retail or non-retail investors to invest in it without the hassle of setting up a wallet, which is, opposite of what being your own bank is. It's like this is the opposite of that. But if people don't want to have a digital wallet or store their cryptocurrency in a digital wallet, that is entirely up to them. But I always recommend get yourself one of these digital wallets. And that's a Ledger. You heard what happened to Ledger, but I make sure I keep my stuff safe and in a few different ledgers. So people don't, people are going to track you anyway, but still. But anyway, this gives retail investors or non-retail investors the ability to spot trade Bitcoin, without having a digital wallet. So think of it as Bitcoin like a stock that you can buy and sell on the stock exchange, just like you would with Apple, Tesla. It just basically means that it's the current market price of Bitcoin rather than futures or contracts or derivatives. Okay. In short, the ETF will allow those investors who do not want to trade on centralized exchanges to be able to do that. So I'm hoping that this is approved. We've been waiting around for almost, I think, 2 years now. Little note here says sources close to these firms say recent guidance from SEC officials is that a green light will likely come by January 10 of 2024. This is the final deadline for the SEC to approve or deny an application from the first firm to ask for SEC's blessing for a spot Bitcoin ETF. Kathy Woods, ARK Investment Management, in partnership with 21 Shares. I think right now on X, Elon Musk and Kathy Woods should be in a space. Let's see here. I think they are. Let's see. Right. So Kathy Wood and Elon Musk discusses the future. They're in a space right now. Let's see if we can listen in.
Is massively overused. But what I do see happening is somewhat of a convergence towards intelligence. you know, it's just, Tesla, like really to make full self driving work, you kind of need baby AGI in the car. Because you need to understand reality, and reality is messy and complicated. And just as a side effect, the car AI has to be able to read, for example. It has to be able to read arbitrary science as just a little side effect of understanding reality in every language. So, you know, everything is coming down to, you know, different layers of transformers and diffusion, and then how you put together the transformers and the diffusion.
All right, so I will let me
somewhat niche
let me
joke, on the X platform. Who do you think will be president in 2032? Transformers or diffusion?
I will let you listen to that on your own time, but you can go ahead and go to Twitter and search for Elon Musk, and I actually retweeted it on my page here, so you can. Let me show you. If you're not following me, go ahead and follow me on X. I keep saying Twitter, but on it is Twitter, but on X here, you can see that I retweeted that. Thought I did. Anyway, yeah, it's right here. So you can go ahead and click on that link there, or that space. It'll open it up, or it should be on your if you're a Twitter or X user, you should see it on your feed on the right hand side, or spaces, or up top. So anyway, that's that. If you want to do some more investigating into the spot ETFs, in terms of when it's going to be approved and what it's going to do for the future, I will put this link on my Twitter page. You can take a look at that, but it is on Fox Business. If you type in Fox Business, SEC, a BTF approval, what have you, it should come up. All right. And I forgot to give you my top, or what's trending, top 5 list of meme coins that's on Solana framework, on Solana's network. So Boink is one of them, or Bonk. I said Boink, Bonk, Boink, Bonk, which has retraced a little bit from that $2 billion market cap. It's down. I showed you that one earlier. There's another, these are all risky plays, all of them. There's another one called Frank, Fronk. There's another one called Pepe, the frog theme meme coin. The Boring Elon, and MMST is another one. So these are risky, high risk plays that's on the Solana network, but sometimes you got to get your hands dirty, play a little bit, and see what comes out of it. So anyway, but everything right now is very risky. If you do not want risky plays, if you don't want to jump out there and I again call it gambling for in the cryptocurrency world, then stick with your blue chips, which are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Chain, Solana, XRP, Cardano, Avalanche, and of course the almighty Dogecoin. You also have Polygon too, Matic, Chainlink. Tron has been on my list for a while. TRX, I've purchased a little bit of it. I'm not sure when it is going to take off, but maybe one of these days down the road. And of course, your infamous Shiba Inu. Again, I'm not recommending you buy any of these, but if you're going to buy some assets, and you don't want to be risky, you want to be conservative, go ahead and stick with your top 10 blue chips, or maybe even your top 20. Right? Here's one here, Internet Computer, ICP. ICP used to be trading at $428. That was back in 2021. That sucker dropped all the way down to $6 or so, and it's trading at $9.16. I believe this is also on Coinbase. And if you want to check what these assets are, where they're trading, just go to markets on CoinMarketCap. Once you've clicked on the asset, go to your chart, go to markets, and it'll show up. It'll show you exactly where these assets are trading: Binance, Coinbase, Gate.io. It should show you all of the top exchanges as well as the decentralized exchanges as well that is trading on. Okay, any asset. All right, and then you just have to figure out where you're going to get, how you're going to buy these assets when you get ready. It's entirely up to you. But do your homework. You want to know how people make money in the crypto space? You got to do your homework. You got to research. Hop in the community, listen to spaces, listen to people who may have been in the crypto game for a while, and they can give you a little bit of information. If you're listening to my show, you know, I'm always going to tell you it's not financial advice, and I've done okay trading. I've lost, you know, money, but I've also gained money as well, made money. So, but my wins outweigh my loss. But if you haven't had a loss in this crypto game, then I guess you're doing extremely well. If you have had losses, then guess what? I think you're doing even better. Why? Because losses are going to help you learn what not to do in the future. So, is it possible never to have a loss? I'm not going to say that it is, but there are some good traders out there. They know what they're doing. So maybe they don't, but I'm sure everyone has a red day. They have a really bad red day, end up selling short of their assets, and end up taking a loss. So, but kudos to you if you've never had a loss before. I've had a few of them. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. You joining me here for this hour stream. Yosef said, "What did you say, boss? I've been in crypto space since 2016, but I didn't get in heavy in 2019, 2020, 2021. Yes, you know, you want to build on that. Some people have gotten into crypto this year, and they're wondering why. I hear all these stories of people making buku bucks, and they're doubling their investments. You know, they're making lots of money. How are they doing that? They're building networks. That's one way. They're building networks. They're reading, right? Reading charts, reading articles, researching cryptocurrencies, finding out what they're doing, look at what's trending, what's not, learning what a scam looks like. You know, all that they're doing, all these different things instead of just relying upon a person to teach you everything. Sometimes you just got to dig out there and figure out how to do it. And once you do that, you'll be a better trader. Versus, I mean, I can give you trades all day long on, you know, what's happening from in the market, but you have to follow your own journey, and you have to take profit when you're ready to take profit, or, you know, take a loss, you know, whenever that happens. But it's entirely up to you how you trade and what your trading style is. I follow guys who have been in the game a lot longer than me, and I can still learn from them, but I've set my own trading style. I've set my own course on how to do it. If I don't know how to do it, then I'll definitely raise my hand and say, "Hey, I need some help. Can you teach me? Can you show me how to grow?" All right. If you're scared to jump into crypto because you think that you've heard people say, "Oh, there's scams out there. There's scams in everything." The dollar has scams connected to it all over, embezzlement and drug trafficking, and, you know, all kinds of different trafficking that's attached to the dollar. So much going on. So you hear the word scam and you shy away, but you have to, relatively speaking, it's the dollar is connected to all kinds of scams. But to safeguard yourself from scams, you know, you got to do your research on, you know, what the risk factors are and how much are you willing to put out there to take that risk in the event that something could go sideways, could go wrong. The stock market could tank at any time. Are you going to call that a scam? I remember one of the biggest scams that happened in the US was Enron, the fall of Enron. Go look up Enron. It's one of the biggest scams that's ever happened in the US in terms of big company that scammed its employees for millions and millions of dollars. Okay. Anyway, that's enough of my preaching. You said, what'd you say? I started with Forex. I paid mentors and learned how to read charts. Exactly. If you want to learn how to do it, you will. You'll spend the money to get educated. That's why most of the time I come on here, 99% of the time, I'll come on here and give free information on how to do it. Why? Because I learned for free from someone else teaching me 10%. Then I took the 90% and I dug in and I started doing my own thing, learning charts and learning, what to look for and how to avoid. But I'm still just as risky as I was when I first got into the stock market and playing penny plays. And 90% of the time I would win on penny plays. But trust me, that 10% that I lost would be pretty hefty. But I would have never learned had I not stepped out and took a risk. You have to take a risk. If you're sitting on the sidelines wondering where crypto is going to go in the future, all you got to do is look back to where it's been right here. You look back where crypto has been overall, and it's going to show you exactly where it's going for the most part. So even back from 2014, 2015, the market has just climbed from 1 billion all the way up to $2.5 trillion market cap, back down to 1.63 market cap, just over $1.5 trillion. And the market has grown exponentially. Okay. So, where will we be 20 years from now, 10, 50, even 10 years from now? Will the cryptocurrency market cap double? I believe so, as people start to come in and, embrace Bitcoin, because most people have heard about Bitcoin, but they don't hear about the smaller micro cap coins. They hear about Bitcoin. They've heard about Ethereum. They've heard about, maybe Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, but they don't know about all of the other assets that are out there that you can trade on. But so, crypto is more than just about making money. There's the technology behind it, self-custody, making us our own bank. You can carry the bank with you. If the, banking system were to go down, how do you think people are going to have to, trade money? You can do it on a blockchain and figure out a way. All you need is internet. If the internet goes down, I don't know what to tell you. I think we're all in trouble, regardless if you're into cryptocurrency or not. I think if the internet goes down, we're all in trouble. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed your time with me today. I appreciate you. Leave a comment. Let me know how I can improve on the information that I'm putting out, how I can improve in my streams. Share this with someone else. Oh, and don't forget, I do have a contest coming up, or it's ongoing right now. Guess the top of Bitcoin by January the 1st at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can guess the top of Bitcoin, you could win part of a pot of $1,000. So 500 split between two, or 1,000 split between two people, so 500 each. But your prediction must be as accurate, really close. I'm not going to budge too much. You need to be close as possible. If it's cents and a couple dollars, I'll give you that. Just depends. But don't come in here saying $40,000, $23.26, and it's at 45,000. Well, that was the closest. No, 45,000 is the closest. $2.26, $3. I'm not worried about that, but you need to be as close as possible. So there'll only be two winners. So I'll definitely be going down the list. There's been close to 11,000 responses to this. So I'll definitely take a look to see who the winner is going to be. And once I pick the winner, I'll definitely post, and then we'll coordinate how to get that prize to you. But anyway, share it, let people know, get your guessing game on and see how that may be able to help you. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, Wall Street Pickers, what did he say? My soul bag was always my third largest holding until the spike these last few days. Put it on top. Not sure if I should rotate some out into Bitcoin or just hold it. Well, listen, there's nothing wrong with holding. Again, this is not financial advice. There's nothing wrong with holding on to some Bitcoin. Nothing wrong with that. There's only 21 million Bitcoin as opposed to 454, 50 something billion Solana, right? Or million, I'm sorry, Solana. So, it's Solana's the cheaper asset, of course, and you can get more bang for your buck. And in value in turn will increase, your leverage, increase what you're able to make. But being that there's only 21 Bitcoin, the goal is one Bitcoin. Just get one Bitcoin. You'll be one Bitcoin out of 21 million Bitcoin. And right now, circulating supply is 19 plus million. So there's Bitcoin that's trapped in wallets that people can't access. They're not able to get to. They forgot their passwords or whatever. So, the higher the price of Bitcoin becomes, the more scarce it's going to become. All right. So, that one Bitcoin could very well be worth $100,000 in the future, 200,000, 300, 400. I don't ever want to see $1 million Bitcoin. If we ever get to $1 million Bitcoin, I do believe that we will be in economic trouble with a $1 million Bitcoin. I mean, against the dollar, that's like the new gold, digital gold. So $1 million Bitcoin, I don't know. We will see. I don't know if it'll happen in this lifetime, but I could see 100,000, maybe $150,000 Bitcoin in a couple years. Right now, I mean, we're just touching the surface at getting back to its all-time high of $67,000. Let me get back here. Let's see what the high was. So all-time high for Bitcoin was 66 on some exchanges were 67. But anyway, $67,000. We're getting close. We can get close to that. So if we surpass that, that means the overall cryptocurrency market will be above 3. If we surpass $60,000 in Bitcoin or 67 on to $100,000 Bitcoin, you're probably looking at a $5,000 to $6,000. Excuse me, $6,000 to $7,000 ETH with a $80,000 to $100,000 Bitcoin, right? Can that happen? Absolutely, that can happen. When? I don't know. If we go through this super cycle like everybody is predicting that we're going to have, it absolutely will happen. But I do see a bullish trend with Bitcoin right now, with Ethereum, with most of these altcoins, these other blue chips, Solana, Cardano, things of that nature. They're starting to gain more and more momentum. Is there going to be a pullback? Could we see Bitcoin hit 35,000 after the new year? Depends on how much the sell-off's going to be when people start paying their taxes. Some people are looking for losses so that way they can balance out what they've made for the year, and they won't have to pay that much tax. So there's all kinds of manipulation in the market. But can we see $100,000 Bitcoin? Sure. When? I don't know. Time will tell. Maybe end of next year. Maybe when we get into that super cycle. Anyway. All right. I don't have the magic ball. We will have a $10 trillion market cap at the end of this bull cycle. Hey, that'll be amazing. If we have a $10 trillion market cap, that will be amazing. That will create more. If you are in position now, you have to be in position. But if you are in position, when we hit, that next milestone of what we hit 2, 3, 5, between 5 and so I'm going to say between 5 and 7 $1 trillion market cap. 10, I'll say between 5, anywhere between 5 and 7. We hit between, and that's bullish for me. If we hit that, you think everything is going to skyrocket. So people will be able to hop in any of these meme coins, and you throw $10 and you see 30, 20, $30,000 if you're making a good trade. And it's possible. It's possible. I know you heard about the guy who invested, I think it was in Shiba back in August of 2020, invested overall with fees, I think it was $50, $50. And he but he was able to capitalize on about million or two. There's an article out there on, I'll see if I can find it next time. So it is possible during a hyper run, a super run, during a bull market that is raging, you can make life-changing money in pretty much gambles, in gambling, in cryptocurrency. You can do that, but it is few far between it. You hear these big stories of people making millions and millions of dollars. You're not going to be able to pull all of that out at one time. It all depends on the value as well, but people are making good money. So if you want a 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, 10x, it's out there. You just got to do your research and don't be greedy. All right. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. I am going to check in with you all a little bit later on, but share this space with somebody. All right. All righty. Y'all take care, and I will chat with you later on. Peace.